So we get to know who Dani Pro is, and here we have Dani Pro.
How did you start up your production, and when?
I think I started in 2008. I was having a boring vacation, Form 4 vac, so...
Yeah, this is Kanamo, I'm telling you, keep it out.
It's just of late that a few producers are now accepting that. We share ideas, but mostly they bring their work for mixing and mastering here. And of course, I always tell them, when you bring the work for mixing and mastering, don't just bring and walk away. Sit next to me, let's get working. You learn, I don't want to come back here 3 times for coming to me. No, learn the few, go elsewhere again, go and hide from another person. I'm not married, I'm not searching.
You're contented.
I'm contented, man.
Yeah, Kobango, Komalo, Kobango, how are you? Hello, you're new in the city. This is Kanamo, and of course, today, this is yet another episode of Kanamo where we bring to you every Friday. Every single Friday, we're here with you.
You know my wallet.
Big Josh. Calamity.
Wallet in my pocket. You my gadget. I tell you straight. Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Sure, good. We better dance for the one a big tune. All of the girls them madder than them. Calamity better and me better than them. Show me some love, me na good wife to be. They wanna mess up this good wife to be. Sexy girl them yarn for me. All of the girl them turn it for me. Yeah, the girlfriend turn it for me. Wine for the boss. Wine and a calamity a bad man moodos. Wine for the boss. Wine big just and a bad man moodos. Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? You are the one to make it come, yes. Pull up your neck and watch this your gym. Don't quick up yourself, you want to see me. You are the one to make it come, yes. Pull up your neck and watch this hot gym. Don't quick up yourself, you want to see me. That girl on the corner. Call me that girl on the corner. Me a fair thing on the corner in La Tona. Boy, that girl on the corner. Call me that girl on the corner. Me a fair thing on the corner in La Tona. The girl done it for me. Wine for the boss. Wine and a calamity a bad man moodos. Wine for the boss. Wine big just and a bad man moodos. Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl? Why don't you turn it and give it to me, my girl?
Brash and Photography, we have got what it takes to make you smile. Book us today for quality photography and videography, for outdoor and indoor photography, weddings, introductions, documentaries, birthdays. Call us today on 0774467872 or visit our website on www.brashandphotography.business.site or follow us on Facebook now.
So we get to know who Dani Pro is, and here we have Dani Pro. And when?
I think I started in 2008. I was having a boring vacation from vac, so.
Yeah, this is Kanamo, I'm telling you. Keep it out.
It's just of late that a few producers are now accepting that. We share ideas, but mostly they bring their work for mixing and mastering here. And of course, I always tell them, when you bring the work for mixing and mastering, don't just bring and walk away. Sit next to me. Let's get working. You learn. I don't want you to come back here 3 times. You're coming to me. No, learn the few. Go elsewhere again. Go and hide from another person. I'm not married. I'm not searching.
You're contented.
I'm contented, man.
Yeah. Kobango, Komalo, Kobango. How are you? Hello. You're new in the city. This is Kanamo. And of course, today, this is yet another episode of Kanamo where we bring to you every Friday. Every single Friday, we're here with you. Yeah, Kobango, Komalo, how are you? Hello. You're new in the city. This is Kanamo. And of course, today, this is yet another episode of Kanamo where we bring to you every Friday. Every single Friday, we're here with you. Today, we have one of the greatest and one of the best audio producers in the city, yeah? Lira City, that's what we're talking about, the business city of all times. Yeah, we have Dani Pro, Mr. Biggest, yeah, the big man himself. We have that big man in the studio right here, and of course we're gonna go through some little interviews with him, and you guys out there will be knowing who Dani Pro is. Keep it locked, don't go nowhere. Put up more data. Good afternoon, Dani Pro.
Good afternoon, how are you?
You're talking to your people live on very own Kanamo, where we bring big artists, celebrities of all corners, DJs, MCs. We thought about visiting you and letting the whole world know who Dani Pro is. Would you let us know who Dani Pro is?
Okay. Dani Pro is the guy you're watching right now. And Dani Pro is an audio producer. Yeah, and he's a going guy, just like you're watching.
Yeah, could you let us know all your real names and how you started rising from dust to grace? Yeah, we know that Dani Pro is a big time producer right now.
Well. It's just sounded funny, but anyway, that's life. I'm called Ocholdan, and my music journey, my production journey started many years ago, like a decade ago. And just like you said, from dust to grace, it was a tough one anyway. It's been a tough one. But here I am, here we are. I don't know. You want me to tell people how everything started?
How you started, how you made it up, man?
Oh, I made it up with people. I made it up with everyone watching over there and with the clients. Actually, I would say my clients have really been so good to me, and the fans too. And I've worked with a number of studios, and I would say almost all the studio owners have been good to me, and I always congratulate them and appreciate them, because without them, I don't think I would have moved this far, much as I've also been a CEO of a number of studios. Yeah, you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
How did you start up your production? And when?
I think I started in 2008. I was having a boring vacation from vac. So one of my cousins moved out of home for like a year. Then when he came back when he was already doing a bit of production and all that. So he was teasing us a lot. And we were all instrumentalists, we were pianists. And Actually, he's one of the guys who inspired me because he teased me a lot with FL Fruity Loops 3 by then. And the guy was funny. He refused to even give me a copy. And I had to figure out a lot of ways to have one. Understand?
Must have been a tough moment, man. So, apart from him inspiring you, what other things got you deep into this production? You know, by then you must have been doing it just because it was fun.
Yeah. Actually, one thing that made me to go so much deep in this was I used to really not feel nice about our home sound and the music back home, like in northern Uganda. It was really not a nice one because everywhere we go, whenever we would be in Central, we had really nothing to compare with whatever music that was there. You try bringing in this, you're shut down. You see, they bring a sound and they play the other sound and you just feel ashamed by yourself, you see. So I got challenged, and that's one of the factors that I really got too deep in this. And of course, I'm still getting deeper in the game. And I know where I am and where other producers have reached and gone. I think there's a lot that has changed and we're still trying to change. Actually, I am that one guy who is still advocating for a change in the trend and in the sound. Actually, it's basically sound because sound is sound and sound is not a joke. Sound, you don't play with sound. It's so scientific. You don't just do it like, man, this thing is scientific. You understand? Yeah. So that has been a bit of the journey. Though there are a lot, really a lot. I just due to limited time I can't express all, but there are a lot.
With that, could you let your fans out there, your viewers right now, know how did the name Dani Pro came to catch up the whole airwaves of northern Uganda and almost every new artist who is coming into the industry is saying, I want to produce my song with Dani Pro, and the whole game is you go this path, you'll find it. And besides that, what's your breakthrough song that's caught up all this, to be precise?
I've had a lot of songs, a lot of good songs, and I don't want to be biased. I don't want to be biased to mention, like, I think my clients would be like, I've been biased or I work differently. But I think I have a number of good songs, and I didn't bring myself. It's people, the fans, and the clients that brought me this far. Like I said earlier on, I did my part, and I did my part really to my best. And I think just because I believed in myself and I was giving out my best, that's the reason as to why. Now I have a name. I would say I built it with friends, I built it with clients, I built it with everyone, I built it with you who is out there watching, and we're still building it. So I just found that big name coming up, but it was, of course, as a result of hard working and all that.
Yeah, before you came to northern Uganda, actually, to Lira City, where were you producing, and what was the biggest songs you produced earlier then?
All songs I did are big, as you're hearing the sound, big. Big. Yeah, so I worked in, I was in Kampala, I was in South Sudan, I was in Karamoja, but of course Karamoja is where the whole story started from. You understand? And I was in actually almost, I've moved almost, I don't know, but a number of studios. I think I've been to over 40 studios.
So this brings the question here.
Yeah.
Where were you born? Who are you? Deep side there. Let's get back to that one here. So tell us about that.
I was born in a place called Lokochio. a place called, a village called Okoshio, and of course that's in Karamoja, way back many years ago. A few decades ago.
So, to the viewers out there, you're understanding what's happening right here. We have Dani Pro. We're going to come back after a short commercial break. And of course, you get to know much of what's going on into the production industry and, of course, the entertainment industry as well. Keep it locked.
Brash and Photography, we have got what it takes to make you smile. Book us today for quality photography and videography, for outdoor and indoor photography, weddings, introductions, documentaries, birthdays. Call us today on 0774467872 or visit our website on www.brashandphotography.business.site or follow us on Facebook now.
We get to know who Dani Pro is, and here we have Dani Pro. How did you start up your production, and when?
I think I started in 2008. I was having a boring vacation from vac, so.
Yeah, this is Kanamo, I'm telling you, keep it out.
It's just of late that a few producers are now accepting that. We share ideas, but mostly they bring their work for mixing and mastering here. And of course, I always tell them, when you bring the work for mixing and mastering, don't just bring and walk away. Sit next to me, let's get working. You learn. I don't want you to come back here 3 times. You're coming to me. No, learn a few, go elsewhere again. Go and hide from another person. I'm not married. I'm not searching.
You're contented.
I'm contented, man.
Yeah. Kobango, Komalo, Kobango. How are you? Hello. You're new in the city. This is Kanamo, and of course, today this is yet another episode of Kanamo where we bring to you every Friday. Every single Friday, we're here with you. Yes, Mr. Dani Pro. Welcome back from that short commercial. We were busy talking about music and production, of course.
Yeah.
What have been your biggest challenges into this music industry?
There's been series of challenges, and of course, I've managed to combat a few, but many are still pending. And amongst them, actually, I would say elsewhere, I haven't been experiencing tough challenges like I encountered when I came this side. In the first place, when I came around, the states of the studios around were really demanding, so much demanding. And besides that, the artists themselves, leave alone the studios, the artists, most of them are really, I would say, I'm sorry about this, but I think they're disorganized. Like that, they don't treat music commercially. I have a feeling they're just taking music for fun, and music is not a joke. Music is not just something you just wake up and you think you're going to come and make it. That's one challenge. People are mixing feelings in music. Someone is coming just to do it for fun. No. And of course, financially, that's been another challenge. Like, our artists are really not doing well, even before the lockdown and that. And yeah, a lot of things. And of course, airplay. I'm very sure that our artists are not getting enough airplay home here. And every time I hear people complaining about quality and all that quality. But I think we are working out that. And of course, we still need more support from the stakeholders in the media houses to come out and stand with us.
So, how do you treat these upcoming artists when they come? They're so green about production. They would need something like this, but then some of them wouldn't be having the qualities, rather the vocal or something. You guys know it better in production. Somebody would be coming so green, but wanting something to sound best like this.
Of course, we always try. The first timers, we always try to nurture them, correct them here and there. And of course, there are those whom you can really see that you see nothing really good can come out of them. And we always sit down and advise them. Actually, I'm that one guy who never picks money from such person. I advise that person, you go back with your money, go and try something else.
That is good.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I've witnessed a lot of people who have invested money, like they put money in the names of investing, and they wait for the return for years and years. And at some point, they get back blaming the producers, or like, man, I paid money to that guy. Man, the guy did for me something which is not really selling. No, I don't want that. I don't want blood money.
So that feels like blood money to you.
Yes, it's like blood money to me. You see, because taking advantage of someone, man, that's bad. It's really very bad. Yeah.
All right. Are they well paying? Like this?
No.
Okay, to the standard of Northern Uganda, actually, Lira in particular,
now,
still growing.
Now that's where people go wrong. When you talk of the standards of Lira, man, I'm not working for Lira. I'm working for the world.
Because we heard of recent, in the recent times, people had been saying you can go to a studio and then somebody gets Yoka 50K, you do a vocal. We see a number of studios are doing even like dramas being recorded at close to about 350. You see that? What about a song that will always remain into people's ears and you find somebody talking about that? When somebody comes with a downloaded instrumental, somebody comes in and say, I already have my mentor. Not knowing the vocal has to be treated, right? So how do you treat such people, by the way?
And one thing, I don't work on people who download beats and come around and all that. I believe in creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you trust that I can do for you something, why would you download and come and do that? No. And of course, most times those downloaded beats, they have poor quality. It's something really very bulk, and I always take time to explain it to my clients, the artists, to come with the beats and all this. They don't know the quality. You have to explain a lot of science, pump them with a lot of science so that they understand. And some of them understand. Some of them, they develop the other bad side. They be like, man, that guy is bad. He refuses doing. Let me go to another studio, and you go. Trust me. Now, you came with a beat. Or Fikfa Maker's beat.
Yep.
Now, Fik has murdered the song already. The song is selling worldwide. Now for you also want to sing on the same beat. My friend, where do you think you're heading? Do you have the capacity to withstand the weight of Fikfa Maker? I doubt. But if you're creative, trust me, you'll have no comparison with your work. You understand? Yours is original. You have no duplicate and original. So, but things are changing. You understand?
I wanted to ask about the copycat issues, but you already answered it all. A number of artists have come up with copycats, but you already said it. You don't do copycats. You're creative enough to understand yourself.
Yeah, I don't.
With that, we almost come to end of this, but can you go briefly about how best you can talk to your new artists, people already into the industry, how best they can go about their production to make money actually?
Now, I think we the artists and all the people in the performing art and whatever art people are doing, I think we need to understand the commercial part of the game. We need to understand that we can really commercialize this thing, and we make money. We make money just like other people are making money. Like of late, we've been in a lockdown, but artists in Kampala, artists elsewhere, they're ripping, and you ask yourself, are they doing it? And that's one thing, we always sit down and we sit back, we don't ask ourselves, are they doing it? They're not going for shows, they're not doing what? You see? So that gets back to commercializing. We have to utilize all the platforms available, utilize online platforms, you understand? Use YouTube, use, of late I think Spotify is now in Uganda, something like that. The iTunes and all that. Digital marketing, that's what I'm talking about. So that we also start ripping, not just relying on shows. Because I'm sure the artists who have been in the game for even 5-10 years, they rarely call them for shows. Maybe in a year they call you once and you're paid. I don't know how much they pay, but I think it's
a penny, of course. You get paid a penny, not even half of what you spend
yeah.
producing your song. Yeah,
true.
You find in production, audio would cost about 200,000 plus, and you're paid 100 or 50K to perform cut and raise. You're given a penny, man. You can't even afford transport.
Yeah, it's true. And then now, one more thing.
Yeah.
I want our artists to start believing in their whole, like, in their producers, and producers start giving them. I'm sure there are a lot of good producers in this town. A lot. And of course, also, studio owners should also keep injecting money, like, upgrade your studio, man. Keep upgrading. Don't just get contented. I've already bought machines, they're there. These machines are hardwares, but they are controlled by softwares. And those softwares keep getting upgrades every time. That's why people complain, that sound, the other people are having this sound, and all that. It's all about monitoring your field of work.
Do you find difficulties working with other producers who you trust in the game that can listen to a song in another way or add something? We believe in togetherness. You get that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually assuming there are other producers out there where you work out with and you do your things always together. They send to you some projects you listen to and something like that, yeah? And you also do the same. So has it been working for you, or this doesn't work with you?
It's just of late. There are a few producers are now accepting that. We share ideas, but mostly they bring their work for mixing and mastering here. And of course, I always tell them, when you bring the work for mixing and mastering, don't just bring and walk away. Sit next to me. Let's get working. You learn. I don't want you to come back here 3 times. You're coming to me. No, learn the few. Go elsewhere again. Go and hide from another person. You get that one. If you feel like bringing it back to me, you bring, we share. Because I visit my fellow producers. I go, I'll be like, man, here. How do you go about it? See, and don't sit back and get contented. I'm not a producer, man, I can do everything. No, keep visiting. I'm the one guy who visits almost all studios in town, actually in North.
That's nice.
Yes, and even sometimes I move up in Kampala, a number of studios, you see, and that is, I think, something that has kept me where I am.
Which are these top projects that you gotten of this month of late?
Of late, there was a song, there's a project, there's Karamoja's Finest, it's called Every Trace. He did two projects here with Chemical Man and Mr.
That's
D.
Karamoja lady?
Yeah.
Lady, yes.
And then there is a future wife,
Future wife, Mr. D of Life.
Mr. D. And then of course there's something also still on board there, Laxi Mover and Maros. And Professor Maros.
That must be awesome when we get that.
Yeah. And then there is something extremely big coming. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Something big.
We'll leave it for next time when we come to visit the studio, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so what are you telling your viewers out there?
Andrew, just thank them. Like you, I want to thank you for keeping in touch with us, for supporting us, following us. And I don't want you to stop on that. Just keep on doing it with you and with us and all the participants in the industry. I think we are destined for something great. So thank you so much. Thank you. Apoya take.
Don't forget your underscores, baby. Don't forget about your underscore. Let them follow you up. Where they can get you.
Oh, yeah,
Twitter, WhatsApp, Facebook, IG.
Actually, you can just like my page, Dani Productions, and you can also actually Dani Productions is everywhere. Use it on all the social media platforms. You'll find Dani Productions there, and of course, you can also call me. By the way, you can call me direct from during working hours. I'm not a family man, but I always need enough rest.
You should have been asked this question. Are you single? Are you married?
I'm not married. I'm not searching.
You're contented.
I'm contented, man. Yeah. But you can call me.
What's your number?
0200 90 44444.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hey, the number sounds strange.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
bye-bye. We'll wait for next time.
Brash and Photography, we have got what it takes to make you smile. Book us today for quality photography and videography, for outdoor and indoor photography, weddings, introductions, documentaries, birthdays. Call us today on 0774467872 or visit our website on www.brashandphotography.business.site or follow us on Facebook now.
We get to know who Dani Pro is, and here we have Dani Pro.